Bam. Live. Welcome to Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. I provide the tools, you guys do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I'm excited to be here tonight introducing you guys something new. I hope you clicked on it when you saw what we're going to be talking about tonight on the StreamYard page. You guys who are here from Facebook, please follow. There's a link and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook name. Otherwise, when you're commenting, you show up as Facebook user. And we'd like to know who we're talking to. So if you guys could do that, that would be great. Welcome to the stream tonight. We're bringing some fire to the table tonight. So I'm excited to introduce you guys to my new Foreclosure Offensive Training webinar. Yep. And one of the other things we're going to talk about today is the attorneys are calling me to find out if I give legal advice. So guess what? I'm going to do a training seminar because if they're asking me if I should be doing something, then I should be doing it, right? Yeah, so we're stepping up, and we'll talk about that in a little while. So, yep, we're going to open a support training program. Now, we're only going to allow 12 people in the first training until we get the program set up and figure out how we want to do this. I'm still kind of in the structuring part, even though I got the website up and running, and I'll share that with you guys later. I'll get the instructional video. That'll be one of the things I got to get done too, so people are understanding what's going on. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is some attorneys been calling me names. So we're going to talk about that. And I actually enjoy that, because if I'm getting under their skin enough to where they got to be acting like that, then we're doing a pretty damn good job. Hey, Herb. Welcome to the show tonight, buddy. We about to burn some stuff. We about to burn some stuff. Hey, Donna. Welcome to the show tonight, guys and gals. Gals. Okay, no. I need to leave that alone. Sorry. El Rage. Welcome to the show. Igualmente, El Rage. ¿Cómo está? No. Are you mad? No, okay, sorry. Welcome to the show tonight, everybody. We're going to get rolling here. Maybe. Now, I hope you guys had a chance to see what I wrote in the latest update / review that I wrote in the opening page of what we're going to talk about tonight. Cannon, and that was just the first name. It's a Facebook name. Sent us in a really nice review, and I posted it in that page. I also posted it in the group for everybody to see. They're beating the eviction process, because the process is not over, but she's still in her house, and that's number one goal, is to stay in your house. And at the end of staying in your house, the next goal is to get control of your property deed, because that's what is causing all the problems that you're having right now. They have control of your property deed. Welcome, Marcus. We're talking about somebody named Cannon. Could that be you? That's what it says on Facebook, your last name. Anyway, that review was pretty badass and right on target. I want to say, though, even though you guys get the eviction process stopped, we've had a couple of people. Okay, so we had a couple of people that didn't put the state as the number one defendant, like they were told by the coach, and they didn't ask why they or if they could leave it off. And so they just didn't include it. And I want to say, guys, I'm pretty sure you're not going to know everything I know or understand everything that I do. If you trust me, then and you trust the process, then you should just get it done if you don't have time to research it yourself and find out what the hell is, why the hell you can't just take stuff off. The only thing you're supposed to change is the red font. So keep that in mind. Those two people ended up getting evicted. It's sad to say. And so they're still in the ring. They're just not in the ring in their house. So we want to make sure that you follow the steps until a couple of people that got evicted. Well, one of the couple of people that got evicted didn't have his federal lawsuit filed. So if you don't have your federal lawsuit filed, yeah, I'm about to get myself in trouble. If you don't have your federal lawsuit filed, you got your pants down. Okay, I'm just saying. Now, at some point in time, if you're about to get pushed off the cliff, then you need to file in state court because you don't have time. Federal court's too far away, and they help each other. So you don't have time to do all of that. If you don't have time to do that, you need to get your federal lawsuit filed. The federal lawsuit trumps the other stuff, or at least that's the way it's that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's why we do it. And at the end of the day, people lose sight of the fact that if you're going with the 42 USC 1983 civil rights package that we put together for foreclosure offense, if you're going with that package, you're no longer talking about all that crap they were talking about back there. Okay, you're no longer talking about that. What you're talking about now is the everyday court process and procedures that's robbing you of your right to have a fair situation up in here. So I know y'all know what I'm talking about there. So I posted that review. You guys can take a look at it. I like to post the reviews for the people who think they have no chance. And I'll tell you right now, everybody, what's your guarantee? Well, anyway, you asked the damn attorney and you paid them a whole lot more than, than what I'm charging. What's your guarantee? What the hell? Okay, all right. You know what? So I got a guarantee. Okay, my guarantee is you'll have a chance to fight. That's my guarantee. You'll have a chance to fight. What you do with that chance to fight is going to be up to you. I know a lot of people don't spend the time that's necessary to get this handled. The time necessary researching and looking up stuff. A lot of people contact me, email me, ask me for stuff they can find on Google. I'm like, did you Google it? Because I'm thinking my time is pretty valuable to me. And then you got a whole bunch of it in your hand there, well, in your computer that you're looking at. A lot of time went into putting that stuff together. So you guys are going to have to do your own homework and get stuff and figure things out yourself. And if you're preparing a document, you need to make sure that you prepare the document the way it's supposed to be made. This program that you're enjoying right now was structured by the 600 people in the foreclosure rescue group getting back with me and letting me know how these attorneys are trying to do things to get out of being held liable. So we made changes and done all this stuff. So at some point, what I'm asking you to do might sound crazy, but that's because you don't understand. And if you did understand everything that I know, you wouldn't need my help. So that's kind of the way that works. Yeah, Herb, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't want to send you guys in the federal court. Uh, can I say? Can I say? No, I can't say that. Okay, I'm put it this way. I don't want to send you guys in the federal court with your head in the wrong place. Okay, because they're all friends. They all know each other. And when you get to federal court, what they're going to do is their very best to be able to kick your butt back down to state court. But if you've done your homework, you'll know that the state is actually the one that's foreclosing on you. Hmm? The state already has your property deed in their office, and there's no law that says you have to put your deed in their office. So, the state, so, okay, oh, yeah, and they made a copy of your deed, which is totally illegal, to give it to you to think that you have some legal rights. And so, if the state is the one that's foreclosing using their sub corporations to beat your ass down, and the state is the one paying the judge, the state court judge, and I'm sure the state is also giving the judge a pension and probably a 401k. Can I say cars? No, I can't say. I can't say he's giving them cars. I'm thinking more in the line of offshore accounts or, okay, never mind. They're telling me to move on. Okay, we're going to invite this person here. LL. I don't know anything about a storage facility auction off your property. So you'd have to figure that out yourself, LL. All you have to do is just study if you watch the instructional video, it'll pretty much tell you what the lawsuit's about. And and this is a good question because people call me all the time wanting to know if this or that. So if it has to do with foreclosure, then and or debt collection, third party debt collection, whatever. But some of the other stuff, people ask me, well, basically what I'm teaching you guys how to do is attack the court process. So if you can figure that out, you can use it for whatever the hell you want to. And I'm not going to help you figure that out. You got to figure that out on your own, just like you got to do this program on your own. If you don't, you will not know what to say when they talk to you on the phone. You will not know what to say when they have the Zoom call. You will not know what to say when the sheriff shows. Okay, never mind. Awesome. All right. They're telling me to chill. All right. So that's I get people call me all the time asking me these dumbass questions that I cover in instructional videos. And I'm like, did you listen to the instructional video? People get an attitude with me. Okay, they don't have time to listen to instructional video, but they got time to waste my time when I already put it in the instructional video. So I get a little testy when people call me and they haven't watched instructional video, haven't done any of the things, because it's like when you start holding somebody's hand, that's the way the whole thing goes from the beginning to the end. Believe me, I've done this a whole bunch of times in a whole bunch of different ways, trying to figure out how it's going to work. Herb says the clerk ain't your friend either. Well, for me, I like to keep it easy. It goes back to the money and to the signature. Okay. So, and most people don't know this, but I read this one time and just like blew me away. The clerk is the one that's in charge of the court's money. Okay. The clerk is the one in charge of the court's money. So when you go into your $5.5 million lawsuit and you start wondering why they're arguing with you and against the judge and the attorney, and you start wondering why the hell they don't want to file your stuff, well, that's why. Because the clerk is the one that handles the court's money. So, and that's enough said on that. I think you all would understand if you're in this stream or one of my groups or in my online course or using one of my products, you would understand that they're all on one side and your sorry ass standing on the other side by yourself. But you know what? You go in with the knowledge and you go in with the fire, and you're fine by yourself, because at the end of the day, they can't argue. They cannot argue none of my stuff. The 42 USC, they don't even them. Yeah. So I put together a motion for summary judgment that specifically will be used with the 42 USC 1983 civil rights package, and it's totally the bomb. So we've had several people stop the eviction process in state court. And so when you get that done, don't drop your head and or celebrate too long and think because you don't have that other stuff in place. What they're going to do is speed that process up when you show my stuff, and they're going to move your butt to the front of the line. And one of the people that got evicted told me they called the sheriff's department, and the sheriff's department told them that they were like a month and a half behind on the evictions. So the person was all like, "Yeah, so I got," and I'm like, "No, dude, those people lie. They lie when their mouth's moving." Okay, I said, besides, the sheriff's department ain't gonna tell you when they're coming to throw your ass out. Shit, they don't want you to be ready. They want to come while your ass still sleeping. I'm just saying. And you do it. I would do the same thing if I was the sheriff's department. I ain't gonna tell. I'm about to come your way. No, that's not the way they work. And 2 days later, they showed up and evicted her. So you need to get your federal case filed. That's one of the first things that you should be getting done. Now, if you're about to get pushed off the cliff, then you want to change that priority and get your lawsuit filed in state court to stop everything, and then file your stuff in federal court, and then move everything over to federal court. Puerto Rico is a judicial territory. Well, this court does exist. Do we use it? Well, I don't know about what I do know about Puerto Rico is that when they became part of us, a territory or whatever, they kept their Spanish laws and whatever. So I don't know about Puerto Rico. I know that you can go over there and get a divorce and in like 2 days and have your spouse served with the divorce papers from the court, which every court here has to honor, and all the divorce papers are in Spanish. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, everybody knows about that, Herb. Keep them file stamp copies. As a matter of fact, what you need to be doing is providing all of the corporations that's involved in stealing your property. You need to be providing them file stamp copies of what you got filed in court. And hell, if you're nervous, they're going to ignore you. You might want to add the auction team, the auction corporation that's selling your property. You might want to add them to it too. You need to do whatever you need to do, whatever you got to do. That's in this program. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes, or you need to go sit the hell down and get out of the way because somebody's going to step on your back. So I'm now offering my new foreclosure offensive training webinar. It's kind of funny. So I had attorneys call me, and they want to know if I'm giving advice. If I'm giving advice, and it's kind of funny because most people call me. That's not what they ask me. They call me and they just start saying, "Oh man, I'm facing a foreclosure eviction process, and this started in 1966. My great grandmother." Yeah. So 1966. That's it. Yeah. So we have to. The attorney called me the other day and asked me if I'm giving advice, and so I was like, I didn't know. I started kind of laughing, but then I started messing with him, so he hung up. And the way he asked it let me know right off that he was an attorney. Actually, he said he was a paralegal attorney. He couldn't get his lies straight. Oh, he could not get his lies straight. Rage, the magistrate judge has no jurisdiction to rule in your case without everybody's consent. Now you can go to my YouTube channel and you can search magistrate judge reconsider. If you search magistrate judge, you'll pull up the videos that you need to watch. So if you got a problem, you should be on that YouTube channel searching for what the problem is that you have, and you might want to try a couple of different ways to search for it or different words that you know used in it. But the magistrate judge, yeah, there's and I think I have at least 2 different playlists, or probably 3, counting the manager judge playlist, where I'm giving you tips on how to smack the judge. I mean, spank. Can I say spank? They're saying no, I can't say spank. How you can handle the judge. Okay, I like the way you're using that, L. Ray, so I'm gonna just follow your lead. How you can handle the judge in court. So that's what you got to do with that. Go and do your homework. I could tell you everything, but then I wouldn't get done with what I want to do. And you wouldn't know that much because you're not writing it down. And I'm not saying that you're, okay, never mind. Sorry. So the best way to do this is to go learn it. And when you learn it, it's in your head. And can't nobody tell you a bunch of crap when you learn it. Well, they can tell you a bunch of crap, but you'll know what to say. One of the first things they tell people is, "Oh, you can't file this with the attorney's name here." Oh, and you have the judge. Yeah, the judge is hearing this without jurisdiction. There's no injured party. There's no accounting of the money trail. There's nothing to except the attorney's word that they reviewed the records. And sometimes my sister's case, they didn't even have an affidavit from the attorney reviewing the records, and they got the nerve to get mad when you call them out on the carpet for their BS. Now, I'm setting up my new foreclosure offensive training webinar, and I'm going to show you guys the page today. Tomorrow, I hope to get it connected to Zoom so that I can send out the training. We're only going to have 12 people in the first course, so I can get this together and figure out how we're going to do this. And then I'm going to send out the invitations, the link to the Zoom training. Actually, I'm going to put it into the page. So when you make your $75 investment, you'll get a link to go to the seminar, the webinar, at the time that the webinar is that we have the webinar training. So that's how that's going to work. And in the webinar training, and this is subject to change because I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. But I had to start making some decisions and doing something, or I'd be still sitting here like some people in my. Okay, never mind. I don't want to talk about it no way. Trying to get started. I think a lot of those people are very nervous and have a hard time. They're so scared they have a hard time getting anything done. But that's not my problem. So I'm also going to answer questions about my lawsuit packages and whatever else comes up. But I just want to let you know I don't do family court stuff. So when I set the webinar training up, if you're in a judicial foreclosure or non-judicial foreclosure, if you're using either one of those packages, or if you're using a 42 U.S. 1983 package, I'm expecting you to understand what the package is and what it's about. I'm expecting you to watch the instructional videos and all of that. If you don't, then you're not going to get the free stuff that I'm offering. So there you go. And I'll know because I made the stuff. I can ask a few questions and you can answer none of them. And the reason this pisses me off is because people think that they can just take the fast track through. Okay, I'm in a hurry. I got, you know what? I tell you, I don't even want to hear any of that shit. Okay, I don't. At the end of the day, if you do this right, you will take control. If you don't do this right because you're asked in a hurry, running around like a crazy person, like they want you to be doing their conventional stuff, then you might as well go home and throw your own stuff out into the yard. I'm just saying. El Reyes wants to know, how often will the webinar training be? Starting out, I'm going to say once. it just depends on how it goes, how much work is involved. I would like to at some point. What I want to do is be able to figure out what categories or group people in sections with their situation, so that I could be a little broad on what we're doing, not have everybody want to talk about their specific thing. Okay. And when we're talking about the 42 USC 1983 package, that's pretty easy to do because everybody's doing the same thing. You're going after them for the illegal court process and procedures, and not the lies that they want you to. You never want to go into court and argue what they want to talk about. So I don't know how often I'm going to have it, Rage. I'm still getting the first step done. I got both feet in, and I'm going to show you guys the page that I put together for it here in a little while. But the ideal situation would be able to train 15 or 20 or 25 people or whatever, you know. And when I figure out how this plays out and I get things in groups so I can be more organized, then I'll be in a position to do that. So I may be in over my head with the 12, but I got the button over here. Okay. So, but we're going to give it a shot, because if you don't ever try, then you ain't never going to get shit done. And one of my coaches used to tell me, if you don't screw up at least once, you're not stepping out on the edge. So if you want to take these crooks on, you're going to need to step out on the edge and go for it, or you might as well go throw your own. Okay, they're telling me to stop saying. So I don't know how often it'll be. That'll be something that we figure out once we get the first one up and running, and it would be nice to have a couple a week so that I can help you guys get moving a little faster. And this is one of the things a lot of people have been asking me for. Do you do calls? Do you know? I don't do that. And, I guess at the end of the day, I'd like to be working with people who can catch on and get rolling. Now, with that being said, yeah, I say that, and I've been doing this a real long time. I get it. Yeah, but at the same, on the same hand, my time has to be managed in between doing this, helping people, what I've already committed to, and getting new stuff, and so on. It's getting kind of, so. The easiest way to do this is to make sure that you guys are learning yourself, because you may not be able to catch up with me in time for you to make the call that you need to make. And if you've put in the time studying and you figure this stuff out, then you'll be in a better position to. I had one person send me a big long email talking about how the judge told them that the judge has complete immunity and that the attorneys can represent themselves. Oh, and and I'm just reading this and I'm thinking, oh my, if they're taking the time to send that to me, then they believe it. And if that's the case, they better go. I can say it now. They're saying, no, go throw your own shit in the yard, because that's, none of that's true. None of what they're saying is true. And I don't have time to read that in my emails, because I got a lot of emails from people who are asking important questions about how to save their family from being homeless. So, and I do have a priority, and a couple of priorities. One of my priorities is it's a waste of time to call me in the morning. So I'm just going to tell you, I stay up late pretty much every night. And you'll see a lot of the videos that I posted are posted at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't get up real early in the morning. So it's not going to help you. You should wait in the afternoon or in the evening time, or at night like this is the best time to call if you need to call for something, emergency, a situation. The way this is set up, if you guys invest in the lawsuit package, you should friend me on Facebook so that we can communicate in Messenger or in one of my pages. I have a couple of Facebook pages, but you're not going to find them if you don't friend me. So you have to friend me on Facebook, and then I'll send you a link to. Actually, I'll just send it to you. You can like the page, and that's how we do the coaching. If you're in the online course, then we do set up a time to talk if we need to, and put together a strategy for your situation. A lot of the people in the online course are paralegals who either changed jobs or have been helping people and just need that extra firepower. And so I coach them as well. Now, if you guys are interested in being enrolled in the first training and you have the $75, I did this before and have people email me. They're ready to go, but they don't have. Okay, so this is the $75 is what I need, and I'm thinking from getting several people, then that'll make it worth my time to help teach you guys and to okay. So teaching you guys is important, but it's not the number one thing. And the number one thing is kicking attorneys' butts. So, yeah, I'm sure those attorneys got an eyeful when they went to my YouTube channel to go and scope me out. So, if you guys are interested in the training, you can send me an email to my email address, and in the subject title, put webinar in capital letters, in all caps, and just put webinar in it. And then I'll know that you're interested, and I'll save those. The first 12 people will be the people that will get invited into the first training, and then we'll just kind of go from there. That'll be a good way to get people lined up for the training if you're interested in it, and hopefully we can get it done soon enough there where it's going to help you. So that's how that's going to work. If you're interested, you can send me a thing. Once I get the details all worked out, then I'll communicate with you guys and I'll let you know exactly how it's going to work out. So let's get on to the fun stuff. So attorneys calling me names. So I had an attorney that was grumpy with me. He saw my property tax video, property tax challenge video on YouTube, and I posted it on Facebook, and he was grumpy. And he the first one called me a dirtbag. And I'm like, so I texted him, messaging him, dude, why are you calling me a dirty? He's calling me a dirty bag because I'm helping the poor. Oh, and I'm like, well, let me see. The rich don't need no help, so who's left to help? The poor people. Yeah. He called me a dirtbag. L Rage, no, the $75 is covering the webinar that you're attending. Are you kidding me right now? How am I going to eat anything doing that? No. You're fired now. Okay, sorry. So I want to throw it out there, for these attorneys that wait, the second name they call me, I don't even want to say it. I just posted in the group. Yeah, that was the second attorney called me that, and I'm like, so why are you calling me that? Because you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. So you know what? So I want to throw it out there. Any attorneys out there that would like to come on my show, we can do Zoom or we could do StreamYard. It don't matter. If you want to come on my stream and let everybody know why I'm crazy and why what I'm saying is not working, even though it is, then just ring me up. My number's everywhere. Just ring me up and we'll set up a time and we'll have everybody come and check it out. Sort of. What they do, they attack the people who are scared. Pero yo no tengo miedo. I'm not scared of their asses. So, and they already tried to shut me down three times. Three times they tried to shut me down. And I'm still here, and I was a problem for the federal government. The states tried to shut me down three times. The federal government is the reason why I was forced to learn what I know. And the last person called me, well, I'm going to write it down too. The last person called me a penis head. I was laughing so hard. The guy called me a dirtbag. I'm like, dude, you must be an old white dude, okay? Nobody says dirtbag anymore. What the hell? Oh, yeah, I give him a hard ass time. I had one guy ask me if I use my own stuff. I started laughing. I hung up on his ass. He never called me back, so he must have figured he's too stupid. If he's, how are you gonna ask me if I use my own stuff? Most of this stuff I put together for myself. That 42 USC 1983 package, I put that together for myself, and then I start thinking we can apply this to almost everything. Oh, yeah. And then I didn't even finish the one I was making for myself. I got so excited, but I still have it. There was no mortgage servicer HM. That was the attorneys screwing you over. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make in this battle is thinking that the mortgage company is the one that's coming after you. It's not the mortgage company. And like I said earlier, I check the signatures and see who's getting paid. And if you check that notice of default letter, if you're in non-judicial or if you're in judicial, you check the complaint, the summons, or the petition or whatever. It's only signed by one person, the attorney. That's it. It's signed by the attorney. And so if you go into court and you have the service or the mortgage company, whatever listed as, and they're one defendant, they're just gonna string you along and run you out of money and time. Time and money. Time is money. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to string you along, and then they're going to dismiss your stuff for failure to state a claim for relief, because they know, well, most people don't state a claim for relief. There's a certain way that you have to do that, and it's very easy to do. I have 4 or 5 videos on it, or you can learn by just doing a Google search. I didn't know. This is where I learn everything on Google. Do the Google search and do your homework. Failure to state a claim. Most people get their stuff dismissed because of that, because there are certain things that you have to have in there. So failure to state a claim is the first thing that they try to throw on the table. So we have restructured our documents to state a claim. Pretty much, I think I pretty much covered all of them. So you won't have to worry about that. And the people who invest in a document before the fact can watch the YouTube videos where I show you just how to do that. Donna's having fun. Yeah, Donna is still in her house, or at least she was. She's still in her house. I hope. Donna, did you get your lawsuit filed in federal court? You need to follow through with that, because they start doing some shady stuff. No, they'll do a public notice about the sale of your house and not notice you because you're not part of the public. Yeah, that's what they did in my sister's case. They did a public notice, and so they do some sketchy stuff. So if you stop the eviction process, you still need to keep moving forward and stomp on their neck. Can I say that? No, they're saying I can't say stomp on their neck. I'll tell you, the attorneys' heads are so big, it's a wonder they can get through the door. I'm just saying. So I had an attorney, I had a thief ask me one day if I was an attorney. And I said, oh no, I'm not an attorney. And I said, I would prefer, I would prefer, I would prefer you reference me using the N word before you call me an attorney. And I was serious. That's a heart attack, too. I am not lying. And the dude was like, oh, oh, oh my, and hung up on me. So I'm like, oh my ass, you the one calling me talking shit. Okay. I didn't know what you're talking about, HM. I have to go back and read the feeds, and I can't keep track of all that while I'm presenting my stuff. Yeah, that's what I told them. And I would prefer they call me the N word before they call me an attorney, because I'm thinking I'm gonna be further up on the pole. Okay. My legal team's not happy with with that, but you know what? That's what I told the dude. So, attorney that I told that to, if you're watching tonight, chime in. Yeah, that's what I told him, and I was serious. I would rather be called that than have anybody call me a damn attorney. Are you kidding me right now? Hell no. Yeah. Well, you know what? They might as well see what they're gonna be messing with at the gate. So we ain't got time to play around. One of the things we learned in this program is how to cut to the chase. So you guys make sure you don't let your guard down when you're dealing with the eviction process. And you need to remember that the state is the one allowing these fools to take your property and paying them. And the fact that the state is paying the judge in state court is proof right there that that the judge has conflict of interest. But you know what? If you do the right shit up in here, the judge is gonna have a conflict of interest anyway. When you get done adding him or her, I wasn't gonna say ass to your law to your federal lawsuit. So yeah, and the federal court is going to try like hell to kick your ass back down there. So like Herb said, don't be going up in the federal court thinking this is going to be a cakewalk, because they're going to try like hell to kick your butt back down. And that's where the coaching comes in, and the group coaching, where you get in the group and let me know what's going on. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is that the fraud. We're going to talk about the fraud. The state is allowing the people's property to be stolen. And I think the judicial process, the non-judicial foreclosure process, how in the hell could they sell your house in 30 days at an auction on the sheriff's steps if they didn't already have a file for your shit in court? Now, in my sister's case, at the bottom of her petition, there was a bar graph stamped. And my contention is that bar graph references the administrative file that they have, the real file that they have on your house. And my research shows the non-judicial foreclosure process was structured to provide a process to do a foreclosure when people abandon a property. And so we don't know shit, so they get away with doing it. And if you check, these states, all of these states have both, but some don't use both, and some are more dirty than the others. And okay, here's one for you. How many of you guys are facing foreclosure out there, and then you find out from your neighbor or someone from your family that your house is listed on Zillow for sale already? So how the hell can your house be listed for sale on Zillow when You're still jamming their ass up in court on the foreclosure. They don't have a judgment yet. Chew on that for a minute. One thing people forget is the conventional foreclosure process is structured by the same bar members that are trying to steal your shit. And the state is a real corporation behind all of the stuff that's going on. State already has your property deed. They just need to get your ass off their property. And they're paying their judge. I'm sure the judge is going to be fair. Donna says in the court continue court case scheduled for last Monday continued for reassignment of the judge, and she filed in federal court Tuesday. Nice. Turn up the heat. I smell something burning. So now you have a situation, and this is what we teach you how to do here. Now you have a situation. Well, now the judge have a situation. Okay, you're taking the motor off their boat. Donna punched him right in the face with her stuff. She took the motor off their boat. So the first motor's gone. The second motor stepped up, but the second motor said, "Oh hell no! I don't want nothing to do with this. I don't want that stink on my foot." So I have several people who are still in their house now, and they're not being bothered, and because there was no judge to rule in their case. The judge has a conflict of interest. The judge is taking jurisdiction without legal authority, without an injured party, without original contract, without accounting the money trail, without any of those things to prove that there was any contract. The judge is out of line. So they want you to appeal, but that's not what we do. We just add the judge and the attorney to the attorney's state foreclosure as a counterclaim. You'll use that lawsuit document that I put together, 42 U.S.C. 1999, and you turn it into a counterclaim. And you add the judge to it, you add the state to it, and you add the attorney. And you can add the people that's going to sell your house. What the hell? And you file it in their case as a counterclaim. So in a sense, what you've done is you've added the judge and the attorney and them all to their own shit. And there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. And then you get your lawsuit filed in federal court, and there's a removal document in the package. You'll use that removal document to move all of that crap over to federal court. Now, you need to watch the video on how to use the removal, because they're going to tell you, and they're right, we've never seen nothing like this before. Well, I'm suing the state court judge, the state, and all of the parties down there, so I got nowhere to go unless you fools want to send me up to the Supreme Court. No, we don't let black people go there. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Sorry, I got carried away with that one. They don't let mouthy people go there. Oh, that's not me either. Sorry. Oh, my legal team's looking at me funny over there. I need to move on. Now, there's a few people that can't sue the judge. I don't sue the judge. And for those people, I just tell them the state's paying the judge. So the state's paying the judge, and the judge is a bar member, and they're all buddies. So you should go home and throw your shit in the yard. You can't sue the judge or the state. Because if you don't add the real parties that's coming after you, whatever party you leave out, they're going to finish you off. And they're going to do just like they did one of our team members after telling her that they were a month and a half behind. They showed up in 2 days and locked her out of her house. So it's serious. I goof around a lot, but I'm keeping it real. The state court judge has a conflict of interest and should be recused. That's the tip I'm giving everybody right now. The state court judge has conflict of interest. He's been paid by the state, and the state is the one that is control of your property deed and coming after you. The state pays and licensing all of the sub corporations that they're using to beat your ass down with. So somebody telling me that I don't have it right. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait too long. I'm waiting for an attorney to call in. So the people who are still in their houses that were facing the eviction process, and Donna stopped the actual auction sale of her house, if I remember correct. Those people are that are still in their position listed the state in their counterclaim, added the judge and added the attorney, just like they were instructed to do. Now, the problem the judge has is like in Donna's case, the judge couldn't rule because the judge was a party to the case now. So Donna, here's how that goes. If another judge gets in, that judge is going to be a party to the case. Dude, keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's what you have to do, is keep it simple. Because if you don't keep it simple, the arguing starts. That's what their system is structured on. And once the argument's over, their buddy judge gets to help them. So now I'm going to share my screen and show you guys the, okay, oh, wait. Where is the recused document? You can make your own. All you got to do is look up the statute that for recusing a judge. It's 40, I can't remember off the top of my head, 455, I think, or something like that. If you invested in one of my packages, then it should be in the package. So that's how that works. Everything's in the package. And I put the packages together so I don't have to nickel and dime people and try to keep out what you have, what you don't have, what you have. So the things that we've done, based off real-time feedback. So we do make changes to the, to the whatever, but you in the package, you're going to get everything that you need, that I think you need, until it changes. That's scary. So I think all of the lawsuit packages have, yeah. So, but Donna, follow through, because if I was them and I seen you didn't file in federal court, I would come back up and get up in your face. If you don't, in a sense, what you're doing is you're allowing the state court to police themselves. And that's what happens in the eviction process. People get in the eviction process and they file their stuff in eviction court, not realizing that eviction court is not from the Constitution. It's not from state court, and it's total BS. It gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance, which is total BS. And if you file your complaint there and you leave it there and you don't take it over to the state court and stick it in their face, then they're just going to sit on until they evict your ass, because they're not going to like spank their own butt. I don't see that happening any place. So that's the position that you're sitting in right now, Donna. Your stuff that you filed that you got from me is offensive to them, and it lets them know that you're willing to do whatever it takes, because what you're talking about is the real deal, and they can't even talk about none of that. And they know that the cow's out of the barn with you. If you know that any judge that signs on has a state court judge has a conflict of interest, then it's a problem for them. If you know that that you can add a judge to the attorney's lawsuit, it's a problem for the other people standing in line. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who would want to be the judge in Donna's case? Oh, they're missing in action. Okay, let's move on with the screen share. Sorry. Okay, this is our the new website that I'm putting together. Actually, it's put together. All I got to do now is figure out the Zoom part and connect. Well, I'm already connected with Zoom, but I need to figure out how to schedule uh, how to schedule uh, uh, a meeting and send it out to everybody and all that. So I'm hoping to tackle that. But this is what the page looks like. I'm a little coaching thing up here in the top corner. Level up your legal game. The attorney want to know if I'm giving advice. So I was like, what the hell? We about to give some. So let's see how they like that. If they hadn't called me, I wouldn't even thought of this. They keep pissing me off and I keep thinking of new stuff. Hell, I love it. So there's yours truly. And in this big fancy house that I saved, I may have saved this one to my favorites, but I saved a bunch of other houses. Well, actually, I didn't save anything. I helped some people save them. And then here is a little bit about what the training is going to be about. And like I said, these are still open. These are just what I'm starting with. They may change. But however I do, whatever changes I make to it will be helpful to you guys because that's why we're doing this. And then I've added a few of my legal training videos. I have 340 legal training videos on my YouTube channel. And I have one playlist. It's called the instructional video playlist, where all the instructional videos are. People will call me and I'll tell them, no. Then they're like, oh, I've been watching the videos. Oh, no, you have to pull up and search for the instructional video playlist. And you have to watch the instructional video for each lawsuit package that can only be found in the instructional video playlist. But I put a couple of the most important videos here: how to state a claim for relief. You need to learn that because the attorneys that's what they go to. That's their go-to to kick your shit out of the court, is that you fail to state a claim for relief. So even though the document is structured to state a claim for relief, you need to learn it. So when they start at you with that crap, you'll know what to say. That's why you have to learn it, because you'll know what to say. And then here's a little more about now all the people that join the first group are going to receive the Affidavit of State Citizenship package, a $300 value, absolutely free. And that package has the information that you need to fill out the post office application to reclaim your state citizenship and get a passport card that you would use to identify yourself with law enforcement or anybody that's harassing you like that. When they run that card, they'll see that you're a state citizen of the republic state you're born in, and you're not a U.S. citizen. So it's kind of like having diplomatic immunity. I put this in here not to help you with the situation here, but it protects you on the back end. In some places, people were being harassed by the police, by the sheriff, or whatever, because they were kicking these attorneys in the face. So getting that state citizenship card, and I have mine, I don't go any place without it. And I've been pulled over a couple of times, and they gave me my stuff and told me, "Have a nice day, Mr. Neighbors, Mr. Neighbors." Have a nice day, Mr. Neighbors. Yeah, okay. So okay, guy, have some fun up in here. Come on now. Our legal team's getting kind of grumpy over there. And then this is the new review that came in today. I posted it right on there. And this guy's picture was here, so we just left him there. So unleash your potential. Dominate in court. Bam! I love this. So what do you guys think so far about my page? And then I have a counter down here that's going to be doing the countdown to the day that we're actually going to have. And like I said, I'd like to have maybe a couple of these a week, but we're just going to stick to the first one for now and take the first step. That's what we need to do. And then we have the checkout down here where you can check out. And then we have several, we take all kinds of credit cards. We take PayPal and Google Pay wallet or Google something. And this is on sale for $75 right now and subject to change after the first one. So we're going to see how this goes. And if it goes well, then we're going to. Now, I put a link to this page in the group, and the checkout is connected, except I don't have the link put in here to get the Zoom. So if you want, you can go ahead and purchase it. And then when your purchase goes through, I'll get your email address. And then I'll just send you the link when I get it figured out. So that way you can make sure that you get in line. Or you can send me an email, or you can wait for the fourth or fifth one, because I think it's going to be a lot of people using this because of the price. I had it low enough that people hopefully can afford to come up with that to help them take care of this situation. So that's the end of that. Now I need you guys to make sure, I forget to say it sometimes, so I got it on my shirt right here. Hit the like button. If you respect what I'm doing here, I should be getting a like from everybody if you respect what we're doing here. So hit the like button. Make sure you share my stuff. And if you haven't subscribed, to make sure that you subscribe so that you'll get a notification when it's time for practice. So thank you guys for the privilege of sharing your time tonight. I will see you guys in the next video.